Mtoto akililia wembe, mpe. That's exactly what President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta did to Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko. For those who follow the politics of Nairobi, in October last year, Mike Sonko made a passionate appeal to President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
Mimi Mheshimiwa Rais, na kuomba kateli ili kwa kaunti ni kubwa zaidi, nahitaji msaada yako kuidismantle. Hata revenue Mheshimiwa Rais, tumejaribu, pesa inaenda kwa bank, lakini bado makatelo wameganga. Tunaomba uingilie hiyo kazi Mheshimiwa Rais. Vile ulifanya KRA, ukapeleka wafisadi nyumbani, naomba msaada yako Nairobi Mheshimiwa Rais. Kama ni revenue chukua huko national government. Kama ni planning Mheshimiwa Rais, ichukua pia ile national government. Kwa hiyo njia ukinisaidia Mheshimiwa Rais, cartel zitazikwa kwa kaburi ya sahau, wananchi wapate maendeleo, vijana wapate kazi, mahospitali ziwe na madawa, mashule iweze kujengwa. Mheshimiwa Rais, tunakupenda na tuko nyuma yako. Asante sana, Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki nyote.
And in March this year, exactly around 6 months later, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta gave Mike Sonko 15 minutes to make himself available at State House. And when Mike Sonko arrived at State House, he signed the deed of transfer. And in that deed of transfer, Mike Sonko agreed to transfer specific functions of the Nairobi County government to central government. And President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta then went further and created the Nairobi Metropolitan Services and appointed Major General Mohamed Badi to take charge of those functions within the county government of Nairobi. And that will remain one of the biggest political mistakes Mike Sonko ever committed. But if you follow the politics around Mike Sonko, you'll realize that probably Mike Sonko entered into that agreement to save himself. Because by that time, Mike Sonko had been cornered. He had been arrested. He was facing corruption charges. The MCS were actually at the verge of impeaching Governor Mike Sonko. And Mike Sonko also didn't have a deputy governor. And Nairobi County was going to face a crisis if Mike Sonko was going to be impeached. And Uhuru Kenyatta, in his own wisdom, then decided, in my view, to enter into an agreement with Mike Sonko for a win-win situation. And that's how Mike Sonko agreed to transfer those functions. And within 100 days, Major General has actually impressed the residents of Nairobi. And of late, we've witnessed drama after drama after drama in Nairobi. Last week on Friday, Mike Sonko wrote a letter to the Attorney General to withdraw from that deal. And by withdrawing from that deal, it would mean that Mike Sonko was going to take back those particular functions. Let us wait and see whether it's going to be possible. And in my view, it will not be possible. Mike Sonko will continue operating the way he's operating today. And just like I advised Mike Sonko before, Mike Sonko has only one option: to work very closely with the Major General, so that they should actually just find a working formula which will help them, both of them, offer their services to the residents of Nairobi. And again on Monday, there was drama at City Hall. The MCS allied to Beatrice Elachi wanted to impeach Governor Mike Sonko. So far, I don't know how that ended. And the next, now on Tuesday, the MCS allied to Governor Mike Sonko also went to City Hall to impeach Beatrice Elachi. And we all know how it turned out. One of the MCS was badly hit by the police. And this is what the Interior Cabinet Secretary, Fred Okengomatiangi, said over that particular incident.
And I've said this clearly: I do not condone any violent handling of members of the public or leaders. But a time has come for us to be honest, to be very sincere, and speak to each other as responsible people. I mean, are we going to get a contingent of GSU and ask Mr. Kanja to station a contingent of GSU outside the county assembly, because they're constantly fighting, it's war and so on and so forth. And I've asked the Inspector General of Police today, with the regional security team in Nairobi, to disarm everyone around that county assembly. Anyone who holds firearms, those there could be people.
But what's really happening in Nairobi County? And will make Sonko succeed in taking over the management and the affairs of the Nairobi County government. Because so far, Major General has declined to be drawn into politics. For him, he's focused on delivering to own his mandates. And I also saw a group of youths staging demonstrations over Mike Mbuvi Sonko.
Tumeona mahali inaelekea saa hii ni ya kwamba Gavana Sonko ni kudhulumiwa na dhulumiwa. Na tunasema ya kwamba Nairobi haijakuwa military state ama county. Mahali ambayo wanajeshi wanakuja kupiga watu rungu na kunyakua kila kitu. Sasa sisi kama wananchi wa Nairobi na vijana wa Nairobi tumesema ya kwamba kuanzia leo, vile Sonko alisema kwamba amebolt out katika hiyo agreement, nasi pia na yeye tumebolt out. Ni kweli au si kweli? Kwa sababu Gavana Sonko ndio mtu wa tatu ama kiongozi wa tatu kuchaguliwa na kura nyingi katika nchi ya Kenya. Ilikuwa ni Uhuru Mugai Kenyatta, akafuatwa na Raila Odinga na Sonko akawa wa tatu. Sonko hapana mtoto mdogo ama mti inaweza sukumwa tu namna hii. Sisi tumesema kwamba bila Sonko ni tabu Nairobi. Tumesema bila Sonko watu wote wataumia. Kwamba Uhuru Mugai Kenyatta kama rais wetu, tunakuheshimu, tunasema kwamba ukitii na sisi Nairobi tutatii. Lakini usipotii inamaanisha kwamba hata sisi mambo ya BBI na mambo yako yote unayopanga inamaanisha kwamba Nairobi hatuko ndani.
But what is the main cause of the entire drama we are witnessing in Nairobi? Why is Beatrice Elachi being drawn in this particular drama? Because we know for sure that one man is fighting for survival, Mike Mbuvi Sonko. He wants to take back his functions and is fighting with the general, Mohamed Badi. But why is Beatrice Elachi being dragged in all this drama? Because the other time, Beatrice Elachi, there were attempts to impeach her, and Beatrice Elachi actually blamed Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Why is she being targeted? Let's play a bit of politics here. For Mike Sonko to survive an impeachment in Nairobi, he must ensure that he has a friendly clerk and a friendly speaker. The clerk who was friendly to Mike Sonko was kicked out by Beatrice Elachi. And he went to court and obtained a court order. And yesterday, on Tuesday, he came with that court order, which reinstated him, and again wrote another letter notifying Beatrice Elachi of the intention to impeach her by the MCS. According to the MCS in Nairobi, they had actually collected 59 signatures to initiate that impeachment process. And for that impeachment process to proceed, they only needed 40 signatures. And something tells me that the main reason why there were chaos at City Hall was because the system was trying to protect Beatrice Elachi. So they sent the police to go and secure her. And that's why the MCs allied to the governor who tried to access City Hall were beaten ruthlessly. So that's why Mike Sonko is fighting Beatrice Elachi. Because with a speaker who is not friendly to him, the chance of an impeachment motion are so high. But will Mike Sonko succeed in getting back Nairobi County? In my view, Mike Sonko is dealing with live wire. Mike Sonko is actually playing with fire. And if I were Mike Sonko and his advisors, I would still maintain that the best strategy for Mike Sonko would be to strike a working relationship with Major Mohamed Badi. No any other way. Because he signed the deed himself. Mike Sonko signed the deed. He requested for the deed. And Mike Sonko told Kenyans that he didn't read the content of that deal. And Mike Sonko has been telling Kenyans that so far he has not been furnished with a copy of that deal. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what he has been telling Kenyans. But can he succeed in getting back his functions? In my view, Mike Sonko cannot succeed. He should just forget. Why am I saying so? Number one, the main reason why Mike Sonko cannot is that the system can decide to impeach Mike Mbuvi Sonko. And if the system decides to impeach Mike Mbuvi Sonko, there is nothing Mike Sonko can do. There's nothing. What the system will need, because the only reason why they allowed Mike Sonko to survive was to avert that constitutional crisis. And remember, the president recently ascended to that bill which will force the governor to actually appoint a deputy governor in case of a vacancy within 14 days. So far, I still don't understand why Mike Sonko has not appointed a deputy governor, after that bill was ascended to by the president. So the system can decide to impeach Governor Mike Sonko. And in case Mike Sonko appoints the deputy, they can impeach Mike Sonko, and the deputy will take over the functions the governors is undertaking. And if Mike Sonko will refuse to appoint the deputy governor, I am sure the system can bite the bullet. They can decide to send Mike Sonko home, and because the deputy speaker will not be there, probably the speaker will then act for 90 days as the governor and lay grounds for a by-election. And that will succeed because Uhuru Kenyatta is currently with Raila Odinga. The politics of this country is tribal. If they will agree on a candidate, a single candidate, then they'll definitely defeat Mike Sonko. Because the other thing which might happen is that once Mike Sonko is impeached, then they can easily bar him from contesting for the presidency. And that's why I maintain Mike Sonko must work smart, find a working relationship with the major. Then after that, he can use that working relationship to mend fences with the system and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because as things stand today, Nairobians are very happy with the major. Number two, the system can decide to initiate more corruption investigations at City Hall. And something also tells me that's probably the biggest fear Mike Sonko has. As things stand today, Major General is sitting in the office where Mike Sonko was sitting. So currently he has all those documents. And the guy has seconded several other military officers in Nairobi in various departments, heading those departments. So these guys, you never know whether they are intelligence guys or whether they're just military officers. I strongly believe that because these guys are out to destroy or to dismantle the cartels in Nairobi, the people seconded, the military individuals seconded to these particular departments, I am 100% sure that they are intelligence people. So they have gathered enough on Mike Sonko. So if Mike Sonko is not careful, they can easily initiate more corruption cases on the governor, whether the governor was involved or not. But you know, all these counties, from county number 1 to county number 7, corruption is actually the order of the day. And the guy taking the blame is actually the governor. So Governor Sonko must be very careful. If he's not careful, then he's going to lose. Number 3, I think the system can also decide to continue embarrassing Mike Sonko. This is a man who was powerful. This is a man who used to walk around with guns. Remember what they did to him in Voi. These guys arrested Sonko like a thug. After arresting him like a thug, they forced him into a plane, into a chopper, and he was flown to Nairobi. Then from Nairobi, he was driven like a thief to EACC. So that was embarrassment. It was intended to embarrass him. So they can initiate more such kind of moves. Remember, the other day, Mike Sonko Rescue Center at Upper Hill, the private residence, the private office at Upper Hill, what happened to it? His team was being kicked out there. The government is claiming that the land belongs to them. The property actually belongs to the government. So the idea behind that is simply to intimidate and to embarrass Mike Mbuvi Sonko before people. Because if you are powerful yesterday and today you are not powerful to an extent that people can just come to your office, I mean, you can be blocked from your office, that just to embarrass him. So they can decide to embarrass him further. And something always tells me that there's a powerful individual within the government who is actually protecting Mike Sonko. If that powerful individual was not there, Mike Sonko would have gone home. And lastly, I think service delivery. What is Mike Sonko coming to do as the next governor of Nairobi? Which he has not done so far. You have how many years? The deed of transfer he signed was for 2 years. Major Badi has impressed the residents of Nairobi. So which means now the residents of Nairobi, who are the main supporters of Governor Mike Sonko, no longer supporting. They are currently supporting Major Badi. And that's the biggest problem. Any politician should never lose their support. And this is what has happened to Governor Mike Sonko. So in my view, Mike Sonko is playing with live wire. Mike Sonko should simply coil his tail, work on how he can work very closely with the major, wait for the next election. Because this transfer of deeds, this deed of transfer is actually going to take us for the next 24 months. That's by the time it's over, the country is already on election mode. So there's nothing Sonko will do. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And if you're watching this video for the first time, please take a second or two and click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you'll automatically get notified. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.